Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be making a straight midi skirt. Don't worry, it's not complicated. It's very easy to make, very easy to style, and also very comfortable. Now I'll go ahead and fold my fabric into two. The width of the fabric I'm folding will be 10 inches. So you can go ahead and fold yours according to your hip measurement divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance and ease allowance. So now I'm just going to fold it and check if it is 10 inches before I start putting in my body measurements. Now for the measurements, I'll go ahead and mark out half an inch for my sewing allowance before I start putting in my vertical measurements. I'll be using my allowance line as my starting point for the rest of my measurements. So now for my hip point, I'll be using 12 inches. 2 inches will serve as my waistband and the rest of the 10 will be the hip point. So the full length of this skirt will be 33 inches. So I'm just going to mark it out and then draw straight lines before I input my horizontal measurements. Once I'm done with ruling the lines, I'll go ahead and put in my horizontal measurements. My waist will be 23 divided by 4 plus 1 inch for that and 1 inch for sewing allowance, while my hip will be 33 divided by 4 plus half an inch for ease and 1 inch sewing allowance. And I'm also going to repeat the hip measurement on the end of the skirt because there won't be any slits, and using my hip measurement down there will give me just enough room to walk. So that's all for the front piece of the skirt. I'm just going to connect the points and cut. Now that we have our front piece, cutting the back will be a piece of cake. We're just going to place the front piece on the back piece and cut it out. The only difference will be that you might need to add half an inch or 1 inch to the end of the back piece just to give more room for movement, but it is completely optional. If you want to, you can do it. If you don't want, you don't need to. this is it. We are done with the major cutting of the skirts. I'm just going to pin my skirts right sides to right sides because the fabric is a bit slippery, so I need to pin it so my fabric doesn't move while I sew. After pinning it, I'm going to cut a facing for the waist part of the skirt so I can turn it inwards, and then also I'll be using hemming gum for the down part of the skirt. Then I think I'll be using an invisible zip at the sides of the skirt too. So stay tuned for the end result. So the skirt is ready. I've fixed my zip. I somehow managed to fix an invisible zip like a decent human, and I'm so proud of myself. Well, that's it for the zip. I've hemmed the end of the skirt. It is neat. I've also fixed the interfacing. Everything is looking neat and secure. This is how it looks on me. I'm loving it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.